And we are live. Good evening. God, look at me. I look like a college professor. Yeah?
Very nice.
Very nice. I should just go start hanging around the UNR campus,
Oh, yeah, there you go.
smoking a pipe. I'll get one of those jackets with the shoulder pads in them. Then that gives me like instant credibility, I feel like. We're about to get into Mind Ripper here, inmates. Oh, this is a doozy. You'll notice somebody is missing tonight, and for good reason.
Not me.
Not you, not him, but the one who chose this movie.
Convenient.
Very convenient. I wouldn't want to show my face after that either. Yes,
Hey, Tim.
the beard is looking good. Thank you, Tim. I'm assuming you're talking about my beard, which matches my shirt, by the way. I don't know if you noticed
Yeah,
that.
it is.
I got a weird thing going on though, Tim. I got the mustache is coming in, but everything besides the mustache is full gray. I don't know if you could see that. This is all gray down here. This is still dark.
You got more gray than I do.
I
I'm
got,
older.
dude, I got gray on top of gray. I'm not going to tell you what my pubes look like. Negan would be proud. Well, thank you very much, Tim. We were just talking about Negan on the regular podcast here. I'm going to grab a microphone. Tim, have you seen Mind Ripper? It's supposed to be a Wes Craven thing. I don't think Wes Craven had anything to do with this. His brother did, or his cousin, or somebody.
Yeah.
There's another Craven involved, and whoever that dude is, he should leave the horror movies to Wes. I don't know who he thinks he is. Johnny Craven.
Hey, Steven.
Stevesy! All right, let me grab a microphone here.
Hey, Shell.
Who's that?
Oh, you can only hear us, huh? She says, "Crap, I can't see anything. I can only hear you."
Shelly.
Oh, and hey, y'all. Shell's in the house.
Shelly Shell. Ooh, alrighty.
That's okay. You don't want to look at us anyway.
Yeah, we're not very attractive, come to find out. Has anybody out there seen Mind Ripper? Has anybody out there besides Monica enjoyed Mind Ripper? I do kind of wish Monica was here. Monica's not here today, obviously, but I wish she was here because I would love to hear her defense of Mind Ripper. Shelley has not seen Mind Ripper.
I'd continue that. Don't. Say
Yeah, don't. Let's not. Let's not. I'm gonna get into it here in a second, and you're gonna wish I hadn't.
Yeah.
Nice to see Buddy still has his eyeballs intact.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're still in his head.
I'm starting to be able to read too.
Buddy's like, "God, so that's what you look like? Oh, jeez.
That's what I look like.
Oh, no.
Look at the beard, like, oh shit.
I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Did I always look like this?
Oh, Monica's in the house. Best B movie ever.
Oh, Princess.
Oh boy.
You. You. Ah. How dare you? She said, Monica, you said this actually scared you.
Oh, Shell can see us now.
Oh, cool. Glad you can see us, Shelley. Now you can see how ugly we are.
Yeah.
See what she's like, how do I turn it off?
Yeah.
Can I go back to just listening to him?
Turn the screen around.
Shit. I don't want to look at these people.
There's nothing to see here.
Just a couple of dudes. Just being dudes. Just duding it up. Let's see here. Mind Ripper. Okay. All right. We ready to get this show started?
Mind shitter.
Mind Pooper.
Oh yeah.
Ass Ripper is what it is.
Right.
All right, Monica. You want Mind Ripper? We'll give you Mind Ripper. That's right, inmates. We are talking about Mind Ripper from 1995. This one's directed by Joe Gayton, written by Jonathan Craven. I assume he is in some way related to the Wes Craven. Yes, the thought of being what?
Thought of being stuck down there.
That's it. That's all it is. And let me I'm going to get to that in a second, Monica. We have some business to discuss here. Jonathan Craven, written and co-produced this movie. I assume he's in some way related to Wes Craven because Wes Craven's name is all over this. Johnny Craven, though, is just the writer.
Right.
He should leave the horror movies to his brother, Wes, because this is, whoo. This one's rated R. Why is this rated R?
Must have been the ass.
There was an ass. There was an ass crack, and if you're really paying attention, there's a little side boob in there too. It stars Lance Henriksen.
I didn't care enough to check.
I don't know. I looked because that's like the only thing worth watching in this movie was possibility of some side boob, and that chick. I thought that chick was hot. Lance Henriksen, John Deal, and Natasha Wagner. This movie is a thrift store version of Aliens. I found.
Yeah.
Just not as good. It's not even a thrift store version of Aliens. It's like a bad version of a thrift store version of Aliens. Is I would say.
And that's giving it justice.
Yeah, I would say. I'm not sure what that means. Giovanni Ribisi in this movie. I think he was probably what?
12.
12, you think? He was smoking cigarettes, and he had like a half-ass beard going
He was
on.
probably 15, 16.
He's post-pubescent.
Yeah.
Monica's getting pissed off because we're talking shit about Mind Ripper.
Yeah.
Hi,
Brianna.
Hey, Breezy. I would love to know what you think about Mind Ripper there, Monica. I want to know how this actually scared you.
Do you really want to know?
Yes, I do. I want to hear somebody stick up for this goddamn movie. All right.
Hey, Alan.
All right, let's get into Mind Ripper then. You motherfuckers, you think I'm afraid of Mind Ripper? You think I won't do it? I'll do it. I don't give a shit. So we start off in the desert, and by the desert, I mean what appears to be my backyard. Because that's a lot like what Nevada looks like, in case anybody wonders. Were they supposed to be in Nevada?
I don't know.
I don't think it even said where this was supposed to take place. Anyway, they're in the desert, and we have a top secret testing facility deep underground here in the desert. And somehow they have like above ground radar at this facility, so they track some movement. There's somebody running through the desert. And then the individual just stops. So they go out there to find this dude and find out what his problem is. And they find this guy is basically half dead. He's like in a coma, and he's got like some broken bones and stuff. He's been beat to shit. So naturally, as all top secret testing facilities are wont to do, they need human guinea pigs. So they're like, here's this dude walking through the desert. He's all beat to shit. Obviously, nobody's going to miss him, or else they would have already missed him. So let's throw him in the back of the truck. We're going to shoot him up with some weird shit.
Yeah.
So that's what they do. They round this guy up and they take him deep underground, and he's like clinging to life at this point. And this is where we meet some of our quote-unquote scientists. We have Lance Henriksen, who plays some kind of a doctor / bioengineer type of a dude. We have our resident scumbag, a guy by the name of Alex. You can tell he's a scumbag because he has one out-of-place blonde strand in his shoulder-length hair.
Yeah.
This was
one scene that I saw that he was in. I thought it was like shaved off because I was like,
I got that too.
When he's sitting at the table.
This movie feels very much like a full moon movie.
Yeah.
By that I mean like the film stock is all grainy. There's a lot like the lighting is shit. You can't even tell what the hell's going on most of the time. Who's that? Tony. What's Tony say? Tony, what's up, dude?
Of course, Monica doesn't show up tonight.
Right? Thank you very much, Tony. I wouldn't show my face either if I made everybody watch this movie. And by the way, Tony, I appreciate the effort you put into watching this movie. Yeah. You didn't have to do that. If I was in your shoes and I was just hanging out, I would have fucking walked right out of there. I would have said no, thank you. Anyway, they get this guy down there. He's clinging to life. Apparently, they're experimenting. I think they were trying to find a cure to cancer or something.
Yeah.
They got some experimental drugs they're working on. Oh, it was actually a super soldier serum.
Oh, yeah.
Is what it was. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. It gets very clandestine towards the end. So they shoot this guy full of these drugs, and that's allows him to live, but in a comatose state after that. So from there, we're going to jump 6 months into the future. Our doctor, Lance Henriksen, has now quit his job because he felt that the experimentation was unethical, and he doesn't want anything to do with it. Yep. But there at the facility, the guy is still alive. He's completely rejuvenated himself and is turned into one of the Barbarian Brothers. Remember the Barbarian Brothers? 2 movies, I think, right?
Yeah.
There was one where they were truck drivers, and there was another one where they fought the devil, and they were both dumb as shit. So there's that. Anyway, this guy's all buff and shredded now. And he's still in the coma, but his body is completely rejuvenated and he looks kind of like Fabio. So
And his name? Thor.
Thor. They just call him Thor.
Yeah.
But that was like an acronym for something, wasn't it? It was like human organism something. It stood for something, but
Yeah,
it was very
it was dumb.
very convenient that they would call this dude Thor because now he has the long, flowing mane of Nordic hair, and he's all shredded, of course. Anyway, we're going to meet some more of these quote-unquote scientists. We have DSLs. We're just going to refer to her as DSLs from now on.
Okay.
I believe her name was Joanne. She, Tony, you're right about Joanne. She had a weird mouth, but
Yeah.
I found it rather attractive. Am I the only one?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. What's Monica say?
I would have loved to have been there.
I would have loved for you to have been here, Monica. I would love somebody to stick up for this movie because I can't do it.
Me either.
All right, so we have DSLs. We have another guy like the tech guy. I think his name was Rob, and he has installed himself a camera, not a hidden camera, just a regular old video camera right in the ladies' shower. It's there that you cannot miss. It's like right above the shower stall. And apparently he's plugged it into his virtual reality headset.
I know. I was like, wow, back then, huh?
Yeah.
Virtual reality.
And not only that, but he's just going to watch her take a shower
After she's out.
anytime he feels like it. So he's literally sitting on the couch with her in the room, watching her take a shower. He's going to start playing with his dick at some point. I'm surprised he hadn't started already.
Right.
I mean, I'm all for porn, but there's a time and a place, right? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, at least be alone.
You can't pull one out in the break room at work while people are trying to heat up their coffee and stuff. It's what's called bad decorum, buddy.
Yeah.
It's not workplace safety. All right, so that's kind of weird. And we get a little scene where she's taking a shower. You don't get to see any boobs. A little bit of side boob and a lot of ass crack, but she's got a nice body on her. No? You didn't think so? I thought she was hot.
Okay.
All right, anyway. And then we find out that she knew about the camera because while he's watching her take a shower with her in the room, she flips off the camera and he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. That's not weird. That's not going to make things awkward. You're living together in an underground base and you just found out that one of your coworkers is a pervo. That's going to make things weird.
There was something there.
What, you think she was going to have sex with him?
I think so.
I think probably everybody in that base. She was the only female, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know if they get like weekend passes or can you get the fuck out of there for a few minutes? Or is there a town nearby where you can hit on the waitresses or something? I don't know. I don't care. I'm thinking way too much into this. Anyway, so that's kind of like our setup. We meet the rest of these guys. You have your resident douchebag, Alex. He's like the project manager, and he's really pushing everybody to work harder and do more. And we got to get the deadlines and all that. And he's got that weird blonde streak in his hair for no goddamn reason. Mm-hmm. We have a guy named Larry. I don't know what Larry's job was other than to complain about everything. I think every science crew has a designated complainer.
Yeah.
That would be me if I was on some kind of a science crew. I don't know if I would be the perv guy or the complainer.
Yeah, I was thinking more of the perv.
More the perv. I could be the perv. I'd be very pervy. I'll tell you right up front. I'm going to put a camera in there, and I would appreciate it if you would masturbate in the shower. I'm not saying you have to, but the camera's there. Let's try to angle ourselves. Whatever.
Yeah.
Larry's just a complainer, and he's kind of a fat bastard. Who else we got? We had Rob, the AV guy, Joanne, the... well, really, none of these people have real, positions. All they do is kind of follow Alex around and, we got to check his vitals. Okay, you do that. I'm going to do something. I got to get on this computer over here and do something over here.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. They don't have specialties. Anyway, here's the problem. Our friend in the coma is starting to wake up. And that's okay, but the problem is as he gets closer to consciousness, this virus or drug or whatever they put in him is shutting down his major organs. So as he's waking up, he's also dying. Nobody knows how to fix this, so they have to call Lance Henriksen back to, hey, man, you built the drug here. I need you to come back here and put this guy's going to die.
Yeah, and apparently he has really good hearing, too.
Yes, because he can hear all this shit. Lance. Now we're going to cut to Lance Henriksen back at his house. He's now quit and moved on with his life. Apparently, his wife left him, but he's got two. What do you think? Teenage kids. Giovanni Ribisi and a semi-attractive daughter. Right. What? Daughter wasn't bad. What? Maybe a 6, 7.
I'd say 7.
And the daughter's boyfriend is there too, and they're
What a
getting.
douche.
What the fuck is this guy? Okay, now first off, as soon as somebody's boyfriend is introduced to this equation, you know that guy's not going to live long.
Right.
He's a boyfriend. Nobody gives a shit, and a fuckface at that. But we'll get into that in a second. They're going camping when Lance Henriksen receives the call, or they're getting ready to, I should say. He gets the call. He's like, I don't work there anymore. Go fuck yourself. And then Alex is like, this guy's going to die if you don't get back here. And he's like, nah, fuck off. I'm not doing it. He hangs up on Alex, and then he talks himself into going back to this facility. Now, that's kind of weird, but it's very convenient that Lance Henriksen and his family just happen to own their own airplane.
Yeah.
So he flies them right to the facility. And by facility, I mean a mysterious door in the middle of the desert.
Yeah. Underground.
Yeah, it's a door in the desert. And you knock on you don't knock on the door. You got one of the high-speed 1995 handprint jammies where you scans your handprint and then the door opens.
And a code.
And there's a code, whatever.
I know.
So he's like, oh, fuck, if I don't go back there, then this guy's going to die, so I got to go back there and save his ass. So they get in the airplane. There's a little tension between Lance Henriksen and Giovanni Ribisi because Giovanni's like the rebellious son, and Lance is like, hey, why don't you fucking grow up, you asshole?
I showed you how to fly this plane.
I don't want to do it. I'm too busy listening to Stevie Vaughan on my Walkman, the foam ear things from 1995. Anyway, they have to bring the boyfriend with them. I don't know why. This guy can't keep his goddamn hands off Lance's daughter.
Right.
And he's a bit of a douche knocker. And she's like, I don't think she was into him. Well, she was a little bit, but he's like, ugh. And here's one of the problems. There's a lot of problems I have with this movie, but here's one of the biggest ones. We got an awful lot of attempted makeout sessions.
Yes.
I mean, the one where they're out by the door, that went on for like 10 minutes. Who gives a shit? And he's going on about, oh, I just need to express my love for you in a physical way. And she's like, no, not here, not now, ow. That's 2 lines of dialogue stretched into probably a good 8 to 10 minutes right there. And, you know, he's got some witty one-liners for her, and she's like, get your hands off me. Ugh. It's ridiculous and unnecessary, and I kind of felt like they made the movie, and it came out to about 25 minutes. So they had to go back and fill it up, just put some more bullshit in there for us. And that's what we got, is a whole lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
So they get to the goddamn thing, a door in the desert.
That's what this should have been called.
Door in the desert?
Yeah.
A weird door in the desert.
Yeah.
Don't go in the door in the desert. There's nothing good in there.
That's right.
Unfortunately, while they're out there trying to fuck each other, downstairs in the actual facility, all hell is broken loose. This dude has woken up. The scientists rush in there to try to see what's going on with him, and he's pissed off. So, and he's now the Incredible Hulk also. So he breaks through his restraints, smashes a bunch of shit, which causes the power to go in and out. Alex and Larry are the first ones on the scene. They're like, oh, get him, hold him down. We got to run some tests. This guy grabs Larry, and actually first he grabs Frank.
Right.
Frank is another guy that just happens to work there. I think he was like a janitor or something. He's like a out of place hippie. He's got like the long hair and the long beard. This is a top secret testing facility, and we're going to find out later it's run by the Army. Who the fuck is this guy? It doesn't matter. Frank gets killed. He gets like his chest cavity pulled open, and then we get a really stupid scene with Larry where he's like doing that thing you do to scare your kids. You know what I'm talking about? Where you go around the corner and then you pretend there's another guy like pulling you. That's what happens to Larry. All right, Monica? That's the caliber of movie that we're talking about here.
Yep.
He has to do, get me, And then Larry goes around the corner, and then they follow him, and then they see his dead body. So we're like maybe, 20 minutes into the movie? Mm-hmm. Okay.
You ready for it to be over?
Yeah, yeah. That's about the gist of it. It's fine, Monica. So now we're down to inside the facility. We have Alex, the neighborhood prick, Rob, the AV guy, Joanne, the hot chick, and that's about it at this point. So Rob and Joanne are like, dude, this guy is out of control. He's vanished into the facility here. We need to get the fuck out of here. Now, from there we go into like a cat and mouse game, which is fine, except that the set of this movie, I believe, comprised of one hallway.
Yeah.
That they just walked up back and forth down, yeah. And then there's like a turn at the end of the hallway, so you see him go around, and then you see him come back and forth down the hallway, and then they go the other way instead.
Yeah, and there's an air shaft.
There is an air shaft, and they use the shit out of that air shaft, buddy. They put some miles on that motherfucker, let me tell you. So, I mean, this is the part where it wanted to turn into Aliens, because there's like a lot of weird steam shit going on, and there's all these piping and stuff like that. But really, it's one hallway, and they just go back and forth. Mm-hmm. So what they're wanting to do is get the fuck out of there, but they need Alex's handprint to do it. Alex is the douche knocker of the group, and he's like, no, we're gonna push forward with this project, and we're gonna get him. Somehow Alex produces a shotgun, and he's like, no, pulls it on him. He's like, no, get back to your stations. We're gonna find out where he is and sedate him. And then, so Alex hatches this ingenious scheme where he's gonna take a couple of broomsticks, duct tape some sedative lace syringes to him, and then Rob and Joanne are gonna spear this guy with these broomsticks, mind you, as soon as he shows up. So we're now in like pugil stick territory. Mm-hmm. Ha ha yeah. Ha.
If you poke him, how are you gonna like push it in?
Clearly, this is a well thought out.
Yeah, clearly.
This is some A-list writing right here, buddy. All right, who gives a shit? All right. All right. So Alex is now like parading them around at gunpoint, looking for this dude. Cut to upstairs. We have Lance. He's having like a father-son throwdown with Giovanni Ribisi. We get a little backstory here. It's non-consequential. Hey, you told me to be a man, but what happened when Mom left? You just threw yourself into your work. While Giovanni is smoking cigarettes. What's Monica say here?
That girl is Natalie Wood and Robert Wagner's daughter.
Really? Joanne? Or I hope so, because she's very attractive.
Yeah, probably Joanne.
I thought Joanne was hot. Everybody else thinks she looks weird. Whatever. Yeah. I got a thing for weird looking chicks, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
What do you think? 7? Joanne? She had a nice body on her. No?
I would have given her like a 6.
Too weird of a face, huh?
Yeah.
It's the mouth. She's got a weird mouth. I'll give you that. Mm-hmm. All right, anyway.
Botox gone wrong.
Well, it's 1995 Botox. Mm-hmm. You know, they hadn't quite perfected it yet. Yeah. Back then, it was like...
Oh, the teenager, Monica says.
Oh, that one. She wasn't that... She was fine. Anyway, so we get some more filler dialogue here between Giovanni Ribisi and Lance Henriksen about, oh, you need to be a man and you need to grow up. Oh, you're not a man, whatever. Now we cut back downstairs to this cat and mouse game. Mm-hmm. This was pretty smart, actually. They're walking down the same hallway that they've been walking down for the last 25 minutes. Mm-hmm. Joanne does like a Ninja Turtle move with her hypodermic spear, mm-hmm. and actually sticks Alex with it. And ooh, he gets all woozy. While he's like, oh, what's going on? Our Thor, whatever his name was, comes like running down the hallway.
Tony says 5 at best.
Really?
For Joanne, I'm sure.
For Joanne or for the daughter, Tony? No, not for Joanne.
Yeah.
No.
I think the daughter was better looking than Joanne.
Maybe from the neck up. I think Joanne had a better body. Well, that jumpsuit didn't do anything for him. Anyway, what's going on here is she has tranquilized Alex, and the scary guy is coming down the hallway. So they haul ass. They get to like the backup panel, which would probably get them to the surface. Mm-hmm. And they're like, hey, Alex, you're going to put your hand on the backup panel and open it, or we're going to leave you here in your semi-sedated state for Thor here to have his way with you. So he agrees. He goes running along. They get the shotgun away from him. Once he gets to the backup panel, though, he does some kind of a Jedi mind trick on him and actually disables that panel and erases his handprint. So now they're officially stuck down there.
Yeah.
Now that's bad news for them, but the good news is that Lance Henriksen's handprint still works. But he's outside and he didn't know what the fuck is going on.
Right.
So now we're going to cut back outside.
Tony says Joanne's face is jacked up.
You think so? I thought she was kind of hot. She had like some DSLs on her. It's kind of it had like a Sandra Bernhard thing. You remember Sandra Bernhard?
Yeah.
She was not attractive, but
No.
she was not attractive in an angry way. Like she was always angry.
No, she was just not.
Just not a all right. Well, no, she did a Playboy spread. She was pretty. She had a nice body. Anyway, all right, we're getting off on a tangent. Anyway, so now we get more father, son, daughter dialogue. They have to go stop the daughter from having sex with her boyfriend, or I don't know.
Attempted.
Yeah, like cock blocking him again. So they round her up and they get everybody back at the door. So really, if you just follow the trajectory of Lance Henriksen and his family, fly to the middle of the desert, find the door in the desert, and then everybody separates to go either fuck each other or get into arguments, and then he has to go around and round everybody up
to go back
and get
in.
him back to the door in the desert.
Yeah.
That's your family vacation right there, Lance. Well done. All right. All right. So he gets everybody rounded up. He opens the door, and they go into the facility there. This cat and mouse game is now going on, except now the researchers are officially fucked because they can't get out of there. Good news, Thor is right on their ass. Rob and Joanne go up a ladder, and Alex gets dragged down into like a sewage grate or something like that. So Alex is out of the equation. That's good news. From there, Rob and Joanne go to a control room that still has power, and they're trying to find another door panel that they can use to get out. So they find one that's up another air shaft that they have to like get up and then open that one, and then that'll, I guess, pop open a hatch to the surface or something.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
There's a lot of weird scientific talk going on here that we just have to assume they know what they're talking about because none of it really makes sense.
No.
But out of nowhere, Rob pulls out a gun. Now, I don't know if he had the gun on him the whole time.
No, but it's like, oh.
Hey, there's a gun.
Yeah.
We could have used that in various situations leading up to this point. You just chose not to produce it. Okay. Convenient plot point. Might have just...
It's the ace of the pocket. You know?
Well, that's something that probably needs to be addressed in the writing process.
Right.
Why would he have a gun? Why wouldn't he have used said gun back when the gunplay was going down?
How long did he have it on?
How long has he had it on him? All right, whatever. Does everybody have a gun or just him? All right, I don't know. I'm off on a tangent again. Okay, so we get a little bit of ooh, hey, Joanne, I'm Rob, and I watched you. I play with my dick while you're in the shower. But it's because I love you. And then he kisses her, and then he has to go up the air shaft by himself because she's going to watch him on the cameras and, let him know when somebody's creeping up on him or something. So he goes up the air shaft, and he gets to the other panel, and he starts fucking around with it, and then Thor shows up and kills that dude. Now we're going to cut back to the family Stone here, and they're walking around the tunnels trying to figure out what's going on.
Tony says, but it's blocked by the ooze from the Ninja Turtle movie.
It doesn't fucking matter, Tony. I like that. That's better.
That's a better writing
Yeah,
there.
that's- Sure. Put Michelangelo in there, for
Yeah.
fuck's sake. Hey, Mac Nez is in the house. What's up, Nez?
Hey, Nez.
So,
Says, where's Miss Monica?
well, she chose not to show up because she picked a ridiculous fucking movie for us to do. And now me and Buddy here are left talking about Mind Ripper.
Yeah. It's a snow day.
Yeah, very convenient. Can't drive in from fucking Carson.
Yeah.
Whatever, dude. Whatever. You think I won't do Mind Ripper? I'll do it. I don't give a shit. All right. So now Lance Henriksen and his family are walking around. Lance has figured out that something has gone awry here because there's nobody in this facility all of a sudden, even though there was only like 5 people to begin with.
Right.
He's oh, something's wrong here. And he's walking through the labs and shit's all wrecked. He's like, oh, something happened. Something went down. So they get to one lab where they can't get into for some reason. So Lance is like, "There's another door on the side. You guys stay here, and I'm gonna go see if I can get in the side door." So he tells Giovanni to sit there. Naturally, as soon as Lance leaves the scene, his teenage daughter and her boyfriend go off somewhere else to fuck each other, or attempt to fuck each other. And Giovanni gives them like a good 6 or 8 Mississippi count, and then he walks off in the other direction. So Giovanni makes his way into the employee lounge and just starts rooting through the refrigerator. He was about to make himself some popcorn when Thor shows up.
Yeah.
Thor shows up. He's like, "Ugh!" Now, Thor in this movie, I don't know what we're going for here, kids. He started off as just a shredded dude. His hair starts falling out. His eyes are yellow now.
Yep. Like he's turning it into an alien. Or
I thought maybe a werewolf for a second because he gets like some wolf-like things. Mm-hmm. But then once his hair comes out, he gets like almost like a weird. He kind of looked like a South Park character, right? He had like a big bulb head thing with like weird brows and yellow eyes, like a snake person type of deal. I don't know. Right now, he just looks like a confused, shredded guy that's on meth. He comes running into the employee lounge. What?
Monica says, Jesse said, Darren, you need to shave. Ness says, no shave November is over. Monica says, oh, about the movie, this is where he gets ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should shave. You're probably right, Jesse. But I was told that if I hung on to it until Christmas, then I would get some...
Oh, yeah?
I would get a little something under the tree, if you understand what I'm telling you. Anyway. So, yeah, he comes running at Giovanni just as Lance Henriksen enters the room. Mm-hmm. Lance, like, jumps in front of him and gets roughed up by this dude. Giovanni takes off down a different hallway, so now we're completely spread out. The guy kind of puts a little bit of a beating on Lance, and then as Giovanni's taking off, Joanne pops out of like a mysterious grate, and she's like, "Hey, come in here!" So Giovanni and Joanne are now together. I mean, they're like holed up together. Mm-hmm. Now this part is really dumb because the Thor, he's got Lance Henriksen, and he puts a pretty good beat down on him, and then he drags him down a random hallway where they have like a bonding moment kind of a deal. Yeah. He's like, "You read to me while I was in a coma." And Lance is like, "Yeah, I read you the Hardy Boys." And then he's like, "You talked to me." And he's like, "Yeah, I came in and sat down and talked to you every now and then." And the guy's like, "You should have let me die." And Lance is like, "No, probably should have."
Yeah, should have now.
Real sorry about this. Probably should have just let you die there in the desert. Mm-hmm. And then he gets all pissed off, but he doesn't do anything to Lance. He starts like rubbing his head, and then his hair starts coming out, and then he just walks off down the hallway. Now, Lance just kind of is just laying there, but this part doesn't make any sense, but we'll get to that in a second. So, from there, we get another cat and mouse thing. Giovanni and Joanne manage to reconnect with horny boyfriend and sister, and we get some more cat and mouse action with the whole group.
Yeah.
At one point they hatch what I thought was a pretty good scheme where they're going to lure this guy into like a chamber that has like a Freon pipe running through it. So they shut off the Freon, they punched a bunch of holes in the pipe, and then they laid like canned goods out. Like, I don't know, like, so they like make a bunch of noise. He comes running at him. They go running down the hall, but then he like stops to like look at all the canned goods and he starts eating some stuff.
Those are brains.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
But they were in cans?
No, they're like...
That's right. This is where he starts eating brains.
Yeah. Because
you see him eat Alex's brain.
Right.
And this is where things start to get a little fucking stupid here, kids.
Yeah.
So... the name of the movie is Mind Ripper, and what this dude has is I guess like a big fingernail kind of a deal. It's on his tongue, and
looks like a vagina with a penis coming out with a fingernail.
It's like that, but this is what the movie. It wanted to be Aliens. You know what I'm saying? And this was their half-ass attempt to rip off the incisor jaw or whatever you call that. So what this dude has, he opens his mouth and he's got like a vag in there, and then out comes this extra tongue with
penis.
with like a nail on it though.
Yeah.
And then he's going to shove that right in your face, and then either through your eye or your nose, your mouth, and then he licks up your brains from inside your head or something, I guess. I don't know. Maybe he sucks them out and got like a straw thing going on.
Right. You're making this movie sound better than it is.
You are absolutely right, Ray.
We're trying.
I am working my ass off trying to sell you this movie.
That's right.
God
so
damn
you
it.
don't have to watch
That's
it.
right. Dude, don't fuck around, Ray. I know what you're thinking. You're gonna get curious. It didn't sound that bad. It is. I'm telling you right now, it is.
Don't listen to Monica.
Don't even do it, Ray. Don't do it. All right, so that's what he does. But for some reason, he chooses not to do it to Lance Henriksen because they have like a father comatose kid relationship in a weird way.
Alan says, this was The Hills Have Eyes 3.
That's exactly right, Alan. What the fuck this has to do with The Hills Have Eyes, I have no idea, but it was originally titled The Hills Have Eyes 3 Mind Ripper. How this fits into anything, I have no idea, other than the Johnny Craven connection. I'm glad they didn't do that, because Hills Have Eyes 2 was bad enough. They don't want to put this fucking bullshit on there. All right, anyway. So, make a long story short, boyfriend gets killed. They manage to kind of section off this dude, the Thor guy, in this cryo. They don't freeze him, but they do manage to kind of like keep him in this room. He gets really pissed, and he's getting like more shredded, and his head is getting bigger. And I think he had fangs at one point too, didn't he? He's kind of going werewolf on us, but without the wolf part. Kind of I don't know, more like a alien thing maybe. I don't know. It looked really stupid.
It was, yeah.
I mean, you got a big shredded guy, and then you put the big stupid head on him, and I don't know, it just didn't
call him Thor.
And you call him Thor. Don't call him Thor. All right. Now, if he had like a hammer, then I would have been really pissed. All right, now you're just being stupid.
Yeah.
You can't get any lazier with the writing, so just put a Marvel character in there. We'll call it even. All right, whatever. So
Thor came to be.
Yeah. You didn't know about this part, did you?
Yeah.
You already stole the super soldier serum. Why not put a Norse god in there too? All right, who gives a shit? Anyway, so that's what's happening. Boyfriend gets killed. He gets his neck like snapped all the way off. Joanne reconnects with the kids, and now we get some more tenuous conversation about, my mom and dad were arguing a lot, and your name came up. So there's some allusions that Lance may have nailed Joanne at some point, right? Did you get that? I hope he did. I'm pretty sure everybody in that base did. It's fine. All right. So from there, they're making their way out, and they're thinking Dad's probably dead. Lance Henriksen is probably dead. So we're just going to go ahead and haul ass. They have like a weird Scooby van type of a thing.
Yeah.
It's I don't know, this is supposed to be like a top secret base. It's a regular van. You would think they would have some, I don't know, but there's a van up there waiting for them if they can get to the surface. As they're getting out and they're moving down the tunnel, they're hauling ass. They have to like go through the room where the guy is. The guy, of course, takes off after him, and they manage to trip him up and they like knock him out. And then they're like, "Hey, where's my dad? I don't know." So they're beating on him, and he goes unconscious. Now they have to go through his lair to get through, and that's where all the dead bodies are stored. Alex is there. He's very suspiciously like strung up in the piping. Again, we're trying to be aliens, so that's what's happening. And they come across unconscious Lance Henriksen. They're walking past him, and Giovanni Ribisi has like this weird cathartic moment where he starts yelling at him. "Hey, you get up, you piece of shit! You're my dad. You can't just lay there."
Yeah, because he needed his hand, so he was going to shoot off his
hand.
He
was going to shoot his hand off, but then at the last minute, apparently the special effects budget ran out because Lance like does a little finger twitch, and they're like, "Oh my God, he's alive!
And
Pick him up!"
Springs up out of nowhere.
He's like, "Oh, what happened? What the fuck?" And then they help him up to the exit shaft or whatever it is. They use his hand. They get out there. They get in the Scooby van and they take off headed to the airplane. When this crazy bitch jumps out of the ground and is like riding on top of the hood of the Scooby van.
Brianna says, "Aware man."
Aware man?
Yeah, the crazy guy, the
You call
demon
him
guy.
Call him a wereman?
Is he?
Oh, a wereman, like a werewolf, but
Yeah.
a dude. That would be pretty fucking lame. I am a wereman. I turn from a dude to a dude. No, I'm still a dude. I'm just a slightly different dude when the moon is full.
That's right.
I get kind of antsy and I'm a bit of an asshole.
My eyes turn yellow.
Yeah, I kind of have this tongue thing that I do at parties. Ladies seem to love it. Oh!
Hey-o. Good job.
Yeah, stupid. This is a stupid movie. Brianna, do not watch this movie, okay? Oh, actually, you probably could because it is not an ounce of scary, despite what Monica may tell you. So if you want to watch a horror movie that is going to feel like you are in line at the DMV, Mind Ripper. That's the one for you. Okay, so now he's on top of the Scooby van. They're doing like a semi-high-speed chase. They're trying to get back to the airplane, but it seemed to me that the airplane was like 5 feet away from the door in the desert.
Yeah.
But
either that or a really long walk after that.
Either that or there's like a second door in the desert, because I don't remember seeing
the
this.
back door.
Oh, no.
Oh, we went out the wrong door.
Whoops. Shit. The airplane's about 6 miles that way.
Yeah, I should have turned around and went back the other end of the hallway.
So now they have to drive to the plane to get in the plane and take off. So again, with the guys on the roof, they're driving real fast and they get rid of them, which is good. They knock them off the roof and then they get to the van or the airplane. We get some more, "Oh, Dad, I'm so sorry. I was such a dick. Oh, son, it's okay." And the daughter's like, "Oh, I should have trusted you. We should listen to our dad." And then they all get into the airplane and then they take off. And
Dad tells him to fly the
yeah,
plane.
because he gave Giovanni flying lessons, but Giovanni didn't want flying lessons, and he didn't want to fly the plane. So, but this was like their little bonding moment. Hey, you go ahead, you can fly it, because, I got punched in the ribs earlier, so now I can't do it.
Tony says the back door in the desert would be more watchable than this.
Desert back door.
Back door in the desert.
Ew. It took him a minute, Tony, but he got you. So they get in the plane and they're up in the air and again, "Oh, I loved you, I missed you, and my wife took off and we're having a bonding moment." This motherfucker is on the roof of the plane now and he's beating on the plane trying to get in. They do some funny they can't like barrel roll this thing or anything, but they managed to knock him off. He was plummeting to the desert floor where
What's her name? Shot up.
Yeah, that's how they get him off, and then he falls to the desert floor, and his legs all broken and shit again, and then they fly off and live happily ever after. And of course, just before the closing credits roll, we see this dude snap his eyes open and look at the camera, and that, my friends, is Mind Ripper.
Yeah, thank goodness they didn't make a part 2 of that one.
What do you think, Monica? I would love to know. I get it. Would you say this is so bad it's good?
No.
No, I don't.
It's so bad it's terrible.
I would agree. There's a lot of flaws with this movie and not a lot of payoff in any way. Now, it's a B movie. It's a B horror movie. I understand that. It's supposed to be bad. But there's a couple of missing components to the B movie equation. There's no boobs. Even the blood was pretty minimal.
Yeah.
They tried to overcompensate it with like the poorly lit scenes where I think they were trying to build suspense. Again, they're trying to be aliens.
Yeah.
And they failed. Probably, maybe, no. I was going to say maybe a bigger budget, but I think this movie is fundamentally flawed in the writing process. So there's a lot of shit, like just filler scenes and filler dialogue that doesn't need to be in there and has nothing to do with anything. We probably got a good 35 minutes of the boyfriend trying to get some ass out of the daughter.
More family drama.
More family drama. And Lance Henriksen bitching at Giovanni Ribisi.
Tony says, Mind Ripper versus Joker's Wild?
Ooh. he took us back to Eric Roberts month.
Yeah.
There was boobs in Joker's Wild.
I think there was.
I think there was like a weird dream sequence where there was boobs. I think I'm going to go... Joker's Wild had Sensei Kreese in it
Yes.
for like a second and a half. But that was a bad fucking movie.
Yeah.
And heavy on the political shit, which made no sense. This one was a bad fucking movie. But it was just bad.
It was just bad. Yeah.
Bad. Just bad all the way around. Tony, I think I'm going to have to...
Joker's Wild.
I don't want to take... Joker's Wild should not win against any movie, ever.
But this
All right, hear me out, Tony. Since you took us back to Eric Roberts month, I will take Joker's Wild over Mind Ripper, but I will take Mind Ripper over that piece of shit werewolf Eric Roberts movie.
Oh,
Wolf
wow.
Moon or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Moon of the Blood or
I don't know,
fucking...
some
That was
shit I'm trying to
bullshit.
forget.
That was bullshit. I'm mad at that one. To be honest with you, I'm not mad at this one. It's bad. It's a bad movie. I'm not furious at it. At least they put some effort into it. How did Wes Craven... Did he have anything to do with this? Obviously not, right? Couldn't have. No way. Other than maybe his cousin or whoever this mysterious Jonathan Craven is.
Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say he helped fund it, but there's not even
Any money in there.
Yeah.
Lance Henriksen has gone on record as saying that he's embarrassed by this
I'll get
movie.
you guys a location.
Here's some dirt out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Go nuts.
Go nuts. Here, we'll make it look official. Put a door right
Get
here.
a door in there. You can use the hallway at the shopping mall. That's the best I can do for you.
I got a plane in a museum.
Yeah, you can sit in
You
it.
can
I'm not
sit
going to
in
let you drive it, but you can sit in it if you want. That's as far as you're going.
And I found this van in the junkyard. Here you go.
All right, inmates. That was fucking Mind Ripper. I say avoid this one at all costs. It's pretty bad. Unless you're looking... There is a riff track for it. Did you see that? It's on Amazon Prime. It's from the guys that did Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Oh, nice.
I'm sure they would make this movie watchable.
Yeah, a lot better.
You can't beat off to it. I tried. There's really nothing here, kids. I'm sorry, Monica. I would love for you to be here and give me the his son.
Yeah, his son.
Oh, is this Wes Craven's son? Is that Johnny Craven?
That must be. I thought he'd be too young for that because I was thinking. I don't know.
He might be like early 20s, late teens. I don't know, man. Whoever that dude is, he needs to leave the horror movies to his dad, who unfortunately has passed away. All right, anyway, that was Mind Ripper. We're going to take us a little break and come back with some other stuff.
Yeah.
All right, inmates.
Whew. What a show.
Has anybody else even... I mean, obviously Tony watched it. Ray Ray's thinking about watching it. Don't do it, Ray Ray. Oh, I'm running out of phone battery.
Uh-oh.
Has anybody else seen this? Besides us and Monica and Tony? Probably not.
Yeah.
Well, we'll take another minute or two. Any questions or comments or concerns? Buddy can see stuff again.
Yeah.
Who's
Finally.
next?
Ray Ray.
I feel bad for Lance. He has been in some great movies and some of the worst movies.
It's true.
It's a weird... He falls into that weird class of horror greats that can't seem to make a decent movie anymore.
Yeah.
Lance Henriksen, Robert Englund, Tony Todd, some other guys. They're all really good actors and they do good work, but for some reason...
Well, like Robert Englund, I mean, he's kind of typecasted, so it's just weird seeing him in anything else.
I think it's just the name. You just want him in your movie so you can put Robert Englund on the poster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So...
I mean, I liked his old show, V.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was that, 1984?
Something like that.
Yeah, that was when he was like he was like typecast as like the nerdy guy.
Yeah.
Because he weighed like 90 pounds and he was always smiling and
Yeah, and he was the alien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But these days, these guys, they make a lot of movies, but they're all shit. And I don't know why they can't get put into a decent movie.
So what they do is they put them all together in one movie.
And from what I
It's still
understand,
shit.
that wasn't very good either. It's kind of like Hatchet. They're all in the goddamn
yeah.
Hatchet movies. But everybody's calling that Death House like the Expendables of horror movies.
They're all Expendables is good though.
They're all in there, but they're just playing dudes. You know, like if they were all playing villains, that might be something.
Yeah,
they don't necessarily. I mean, you're obviously not going to get the rights to Freddy, Candyman, and Friday the 13th, especially with what's going on there. But put them, make them like a gang of fucking killers. Give them facial scars, eye patches, weird weapons, tattoos. Put some naked ladies in there. I'm going to write this movie.
There you go.
Nobody's going to make it, and that's fine. I'm going to do it anyway. All right, guys. My phone's about to die, so I think we're going to cut out of here for tonight. Thank you very much for joining us again.
Yes, thank you, everybody.
And enduring this shit show that we put on. Maybe these actors just like working and don't care what they do. You're probably right,
probably.
Tone. They got bills to pay. So, dude, if I would be the same way, I think it was Ice-T that said, because he's in a lot of shitty movies too. He said, when you're from the ghetto, you don't turn down shit. I'm not from the ghetto, but I wouldn't turn down shit either. Family's got to eat, right?
Right.
All right, kids, we're going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you very much for joining us. As usual, the regular podcast will be out later tonight, and hope you listen to it and enjoy that also.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.